Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm, of course, your host, Droodles, Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be playing in this Tier 9 Soviet Tech Tree Heavy Tank, the IS-8, otherwise known on World of Tanks PC as the T-10. Now, I don't actually know why World of Tanks PC changed the name. All I could find was that they formerly changed it in real life as well after Stalin passed away. So there's obviously some sort of significance behind it, but for me personally, I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll pin your comments. But this is the IS-8, a very interesting Tier 9 Soviet heavy tank at that. The mobility is great, goes 50 kilometers per hour forward, and with a great power-to-weight ratio of 17.2, this vehicle is easily able to keep up on its toes and keep on moving with that pretty good mobility. Not to mention, it carries a very solid gun, 271 millimeters of standard pen, 374 on the premium, and it carries basically the same accuracy as an IS-4, except actually better on movement dispersion. It also carries very similar damage per minute to its Tier 10 IS-4 with 2,400 base. Overall, the gun on this tank is fantastic. It's a Tier 10 heavy tank gun on a Tier 9 heavy, which is great, even the same accuracy. It's also got 5 degrees of gun depression, which is not good. That's actually quite of the contrary. I wish that this vehicle had 6 or even 7 degrees. It would make it much more flexible, but that 5 degrees really limits it on a lot of capabilities. You know, if you're in Normandy Hill, you really can't work it all too well, where, you know, a vehicle like the WZ-111-5A, even though it's got a very similar armor profile to the IS-8, which is basically none, you can still work that ridgeline pretty well. So, the IS-8 is a mobile pike nose vehicle, and the mobility's great, the gun's great. The turret armor, it's okay, but the hull, it's basically none. It's like an IS-3 at Tier 9, so you really don't bounce anything. Sure, you can get some occasional bounces. The track wheel is very troll, and the side of the IS-8 is troll. But troll does not mean hard to penetrate. There are times when you will shoot this vehicle and get the occasional bounce, but for the most part, as long as you shoot at the front, you should easily be able to cut through the armor, which is something that I find ironic, because the Object 268 is actually based off of the IS-8's hull. If you ever take a look at the vehicles, you'll notice the back of the tank's design is the same, and basically the frontal armor is the same. So I never understood why the Object 268 has more upper plate armor than the IS-8 if they're both based on the same vehicle, but, well, I guess that's just one of the Blitz wonders. We'll never know. Now, the mobility is great, as I said, so I should be able to make my way in the position, although, unfortunately, with this AMX 5120 spinning me out, we might not be able to catch those heavy tanks as they are trying to cross. But here we go. Mobility, man. Go. Speed. So what do we have? We got an E-75, Kampfpanzer 70, and a VK-168. Now, hopefully, we should be able to get, like, that VK spotted as they cross. You can see here, there's the Kampfpanzer, and let's aim, and fire. Okay, we both managed to hit that track wheel. That's actually really sad, I'm going to be honest. I did not expect it to hit that track wheel, but yeah, I guess that's just my luck. So there's the KPZ again. Maybe we can get a tap into his upper plate this time, and we bounced it again. It's a miracle. A miracle of unluckiness. And there's the ISU bouncing him again as well. Man, this is just real unlucky. Well, we got the 112-2. Maybe I can pen that. There you go. Nice pen. And that's, of course, what this great heat penetration is able to do, is basically negate all armor as it is. So, what are we going to do this game? Well, we know that the KPZ is somewhere back there. I'm not even going to bother with them, though, because I've already seen my luck with trying to pen him. I'm going to push off to the side, and, ooh, the Jagdtiger is spotted, which is interesting, because I don't see anybody. Now, they only have one medium tank. Oh, and there's an E-75 right over here, but again, there is that terrible gun depression. But I'm hoping that this Jagdtiger is going to want to attack with me, so let's see if he's going to do that just now. Come on, Jagdtiger, attack! Okay, or just, you know, miss your shot. That works too, I guess, but, you know, he's probably going to take the shot from the E-75. We've got other tanks as well. There is the T-54E1, and I would love to get a shell into him. There you go. Jagdtiger, again, I don't know what you're really doing there, buddy. Well, I guess he can do whatever he wants. You do that. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to wait for maybe this VK-168 to poke this. That's not a 168, VK-100. I've seen so many VK-168s lately that I just call them VK-168s at this point. Now, that T-54E1 is now on the rear of our vehicles, which is not good. So, there's one tap into you, and of course, he's dead. We'll not have to worry about him anymore. But, man, their tanks just keep on piling up over here. It's just tank after tank after tank. Well, we know that the ISU's back here, so let's get a shot onto that ISU. Thank you very much. And now we got the Maushin coming in. Man, it's just so... What the heck is going on? All right, well, good news is that we are getting some nice shells out. Let's get a shot into the WZ-112 too. There you go, nice pen for 450. Jagdtiger's going to get a nice pen in as well. And, of course, this is where that gun is really actually nice. You know, you're able to get these very solid penetrations out, negating basically all armor, and we are getting some bounces here. Now, I think that was just that guy not being a good shot, and he completely missed my tank. There's the ISU, which we are going to finish off, as long as my freaking Maushin doesn't push me. Oh my god, my teammate. I lost 600 health for nothing. Oh, what are my teammates doing? Wow, this battle is just something else, isn't it, folks? The battle of the geniuses. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to push my tank off to the side, aiming, and fire. Oh, my God. This gun. Oh. Well, that is, of course, the bad part about the Russian-style guns. Now, the first shot we fired on that guy, we missed because of the mouse, and I can say that. But the second one, that's just because the Russian guns kind of suck. We aimed that in. I even gave it extra time to aim in, and it still missed. That is so unfortunate. And as you saw, the ISU easily cut through my frontal armor. If we can look at my upper plate, like, yeah, you can see 3 pens right in the upper plate and 1 in the turret. The armor on this tank is nothing to brag about. In fact, don't expect bounces. But either way, the gun did a solid job. In fact, we were able to pump out about 3,742 damage. Other, than the team being really weird. I don't even know what to say about the team in this game. Like, what the heck was this guy doing? But you know what? It's fine. We won. The enemy team didn't seem amazing either. So either way, it wasn't too bad. And we were able to come out with a victory for the first game. So let's do one more, see if we can keep up that goodness, or fall apart very quickly. You never know what's really going to happen. Now, that was a Tier 9 game, of course, and that we played Tier 8s in, so that was good. We were able to fight a bunch of Tier 8s, although we really didn't fight that many Tier 8s. We just kind of sat there and shot whoever poked around the corner, which I guess would be just as good for us in Tier 10 if it was Tier 10. So, we are in another Tier 8 game. Ooh, thank you very much, Wargaming. But, unfortunately, we're on a map that requires gun depression, and gun depression is what this tank does not have in spades. It wishes it did. So what do we have up against us? We got an M5 Yo, we got an AMX CDC, Lerva, oh, and an RHM and a Conway. I don't like those tank destroyers because all they have to do is sit at the back of the map, and basically they stop me from doing my job. The less gun depression you have, of course, on this hill, the more you need to expose your tank to work it a lot of the time. But, man, does that mobility feel so nice. You can easily just see me hopping and skipping along here. So what do we got against us? Well, let's see. We are hopefully going to be able to spot tanks. There's the CDC. Maybe we can get a tap in. A boop. Thank you very much for your hit points, good sir. And with that, not too bad. I'll take a shot that quickly into the game. That's always a pretty good moment. The 703 is going to get shot by tank destroyers if he sits like that, but, that's his decision, right? So what do we have? Well, we got the Yo, who, wow, that gun depression, though. Back up, back up, back up. Oh, man, you saw how far I had to expose my tank. That is one of the big downsides of the armor of this vehicle. But thankfully, with this Yo right here, let's just tap him in the cupola. That guy obviously needs to learn how to play his Yo a little bit better because, well, that's all he has time to do now. So, well, what are we going to do? We got the Lerv in the back. Not much I can do there. And, yeah, that's really all I got. There's not much I can really do. So I could drive over the hill, which is what I'm very tempted to do. The 703 surprisingly hasn't lost much health for the aggressive plays he's been doing. So I'm going to poke this hill here. We're going to get a shot into that VK168. I don't even care if the larva pens me. That's, of course, 400 damage for 300, so I'll take that trade all day, especially because even with that guy shooting me, we're still above him on hit points. Now we can just poke this, get a nice tap in the U, and we can continue to reload. I've perfectly positioned my tank so where the Conway cannot hit me. So that's obviously very good. And we have very similar DPM to this guy. So even if he pokes me here, we get a nice pen back into him. But unfortunately, we did get pumped in by the RHM. Now, I know that we out-reload the RHM, which is good. That means I can just kind of back up here, get another nice tap into the... No. We are in a really tricky scenario. Yeah, this is not good. I'm going to be honest. I positioned myself in a really bad scenario because that RHM's just getting shot after shot into me now, and that's obviously no bueno. So maybe we can get a shell into that RHM again. I'm hoping we don't get hit here. We're just going to kind of chillax in this position. Get another shot to where that RHM was. I definitely overextended my vehicle, but I really expected my team to push up. Man, that RHM just got a really high roll on his one chill on me, didn't he? Because he's not even running the top gun. That's really, really surprising to me. Goodbye, Larva. Goodbye, comrade. I don't need to worry about you anymore. And all we got left is the Conway all the way in the back, who hopefully is going to poke it. Come on, do it. Do it. Maybe not. Maybe he's just gonna end up sitting there. Well, not a bad game. We did our job, and I can't really complain in the long run. We did a pretty solid job at that. This Conway, he's just kind of chillaxing in the back. This is the one thing I don't like about tank destroyers on this map is how influential their battle is. If I'm running a tank destroyer, I love it. You know, you have the ability to sit either in that spot or where the RHM sat and basically have no punishments whatsoever. But I just find it really hard for heavy tanks to be able to push over that hill, but I guess that's the point, is to stop you. Either way, we did 2,958 damage, still did top on the team, and even though we did lose a lot of health poking, you can see where the IS-8 is strong. Using that mobility, using the pretty solid gun and DPM, I was able to get out some really nice shells. 800 off the Larva, we took 514 off the RHM, you know, this was a pretty solid game. So overall, that is the IS-8. It's a solid vehicle, it's quick, it's got a good gun, and a lot of people give it hate, but I actually don't think it's a bad tank. Hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye!